Today's episode of Fantasy Fiction is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/fantasyfiction.
Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player, whatever that is. Today we're recommending Eragon by Christopher Paolini. It's a book about dragons.
It coincides with the dragon theme.
So if you're enjoying the podcast, give the free trial a chance. It'll help pay for some of the hosting. I'm not sure what that is.
Yes, and that dragon fence we had to build.
You know, they can just climb right over it, or fly.
It makes me feel better.
Enjoy the episode! Hey everybody, welcome to the Fantasy Fiction Podcast. My name is Dominic.
My name is Josh.
And today we are talking about, Josh?
We're talking about dragons.
That's fire, that was fire.
Beautiful.
This is ice.
Yeah. What's the acid? Acid dragon's like...
Yeah. Well, it kind of hurts them to say it, so to have it come out, so they're just in pain the whole time. They're like, ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow, 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 ow. But first, what did you do this week, Josh?
I didn't do anything, man. I'm not even gonna pretend anymore. I'm a boring ass dude.
I like to imagine that you picked up a part-time job as a scarecrow.
Dude, I fucking wish, man.
Then something would have happened.
Yeah, I got this sweet job as a scarecrow. Oh yeah, and at what farm? Just a field.
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll build a farm. It's like an upstart. I'm hoping they'll build a farm around me.
Nobody owns it. It's just a field someplace.
That tickles me for some reason. I got asked this week. I have a friend of mine who is a very, very talented and funny actor named Thomas Middleditch, and we happen to look a bit alike.
Yeah, you told me about him.
Yeah, if you want to Google search him, you don't believe me, go ahead and Google search Thomas Middleditch. He was in Kings of Summer, if you've seen it. He played the cop. But he is doing an HBO series, and this week he emailed me and he was like, hey man, do you want to be my stand-in for this series? Because they asked if I had anybody. And I was like this close to being like, yes, I do. Yeah. Just so I could be like, hey mom, you see that shoulder? That's me.
Dude.
That's me there.
That would be awesome.
But it would take the whole series, so I wouldn't be able to do it though, just with our schedule. So, but it was very, very nice of him to ask.
That would be fucking great though.
I know. I kind of wish I took it. And with that, Josh, let's get on some dragons and fly into that fantasy sunset.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, and also, the dragon, he's singing you a song.
Oh man.
And it's going like this: if you wanna ride on my back, you gotta kiss my scales.
Oh, beautiful.
And if you don't, then I'll toss you right off. JK, I love you.
Aww.
Dragon song.
Alright, you ready for my story? Here we go. It is called Dragon Apocalypse.
I think you won this week. No one ever really wins. But
no one really wins. No.
The audience wins.
That's right. That's right. All right. Dragons in Theranos hadn't been seen in many, many years. Most people of the land had assumed long ago that they were extinct. Aside from a few stories here and there from some random town drunken hobos and crazy old foolish wizards, nobody had seen nor heard of a dragon in quite some time. That was until the Dragon Apocalypse. Longest guitar slide of all time that's still playing today and making panties drop.
Wait, it's the Dragon Apocalypse. I imagine they would all die during it.
There it is.
I heard it. Josh, I think I heard it.
It's still playing today, dude. And you just took your pants off, so it's working. Of what rumblings there still were about dragons in Theranos, the two most oft mentioned were Axel the Fire Dragon and Stacy the Frost Dragon. The two most feared and greedy dragons in all of the damn Big D. That's what I'm calling it now. Big D.
Big D, I love it.
The two dragons were legendary, and to some even godlike, like Jesus or Buddha, but with more awesome fire breath.
Or ice breath.
Or ice breath, whichever. Axel the Fire Dragon lived deep beneath the surface, where he lorded over vast amounts of gold from an abandoned mine and vast amounts of pussy from an abandoned underground stripper mine. He was a massive beast, as red and as angry as a troll with dick boils.
What?
That's disgusting.
That is foul.
That's I'm gonna puke.
Oh, quick, move on.
Move on. All day long, he would sit on his pile of gold and watch hot strippers just grind all over candlesticks and gold chests and cool axes and shit. Stacy, the ice dragon, was quite the opposite. She had been encased in stone on top of Theranos' tallest mountain for an age. She was trapped there by an ancient wizard to watch over Theranos' most treasured and fucking radical weapon, the electric axe of slaying and fucking rocking the fuck out.
That is quite the name for a weapon, and I love it.
The axe was buried deep within a pedestal in a valley below the mountain. All around the pedestal were the bones of dead adventurers who dared try to claim it or rub their weird balls all over it. Which was, it's like throwing a penny in a pond. Yeah.
That's a casual thing in Theranos.
Yeah, they just do that.
It's canon.
Deep below the surface, Axel let out a sigh. Fuck it, he roared. All the gold in this baller-ass mine and all the free nasty coups, and I'm still unhappy. Strippers, be gone with your nasty bad selves. He picked up a giant chandelier, packed it full of stank chronic, blew fire out of his nostrils to light it, took a huge-ass dragon hit, and sat back and thought a moment. Dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine seeing a dragon do that shit? That's silly as shit, man.
Dude. Oh, man. Just a casual day for him.
He just sits back and he's like, fuck.
Fuck, man.
I need to up my game. Strippers, grab my favorite giant dragon-sized battle keg tank top. I'm going on an adventure. Apparently, Battle Keg's made it over to Theranos now, which is not surprising.
Oh, it's worldly.
He's a fan.
It's considered world music.
It's world canon. Axel flew up off his awesome gold coin beanbag chair and air guitared right the shit out of the mine. He was off to get the electric axe of slaying and fucking rocking the fuck out. He almost dragon jizzed at the thought of how badass he was going to look. And then he did.
Wait, did it land on an unsuspecting town?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Oh, okay.
We'll see. Maybe in a little bit. We'll see. Soon, Axel arrived at the mountain. Atop the mountain sat a small town with bridges connecting roads and buildings together like some sort of cool sky Venice, Italy. As Axel flew over, the residents of the small hamlet were terrified. Most shop owners locked up their shops, but everyone could agree that Axel was the coolest damn dragon they had ever seen, and that he should probably be in their bands because of his awesome musical tastes.
I like this is the first time they've seen a dragon ever, probably, and they're like, "Oh my god, oh man, he should be in my band. I like this shirt."
If you saw a dragon and you were in a band, you'd want him to be in your band.
Be like, "Fuck, does he play drums?
We need a drummer, dude.
Well, we could use a second one."
2 drummers and one of them's a dragon. Holy
Dude,
shit!
Fucking best band of all time.
Oh my god, man. That would be awesome. Axel landed near the pedestal with a thud. Before him lay the electric axe for which he thought would bring his greedy ass dragon heart some happiness. He walked over to the axe and put his claws on it. Just then, the mountain began to rumble and the sky was full of awesome lightning bolts like from the cover of Ride the Lightning.
Nice.
What the fucking hell do you think you're doing? A female voice boomed. On the ground lay a pile of rubble where Stacy the Frost Dragon had been imprisoned. In front of Axel she stood. She was bright white and had the sexiest 6 dragon tits Axel had ever seen. I can't let you take that, she said. You have the sexiest 6 dragon tits I've ever seen, Axel replied. Just then, she spun her tail around and hit Axel in the face, sending him flying back. He was even more smitten now, but also, he wanted that axe. Oh, hell nah, Axel yelled. He flew up in the air and breathed molten fire down on Stacy. She was ready for him and blocked his attack with her frosty mint-smelling breath.
Oh, it's so pleasant.
It's good breath smell. Axel headed toward the small hamlet. People were running everywhere. He picked up a bridge attached to some buildings and started doing crazy awesome moves like they were nunchucks. A bard came out from his home and played the coolest metal ballad Axel had ever heard. Axel threw up the horns and then torched the guy.
Appropriate.
The bard grinned and his corpse continued to play the sick metal tune.
Dude, even better.
Like, he just smiles and
he's like, yeah, now I'm a skeleton. Maybe it's what he always wanted.
Maybe that's how he wanted to go. Stacy flew over as Axel nunchucked his way into a fever. She countered his attack and froze him in place. This was the most fun Axel had had in a millennia. Stacy and Axel began to grapple, and she put Axel in a half Nelson. Yeah, bastard, she said. You're a slut, he said. Eat shit and die. You're an incredible hot piece of dragon shit.
That's a strange compliment.
Why would that be a compliment?
Well, they're dragons. We don't understand them.
I don't know.
But we love them.
Stacy spun Axel around, and they began to dragon kiss with tongue. You're incredible, Axel said, and then they began to just bone freak nasty style all over the damn town. The cost alone to clean up the rainbow dragon jizz was incalculable, and many innocents died. Axel had finally found what he was looking for, and Stacy was able to keep the electric axe safe. And that charred bard kept grinning and rocking out as the 2 dragons just boned for like 5 days straight. Finn.
Why was it the apocalypse then?
Dude, apocalypse can mean many things. It means to reveal. That's Revelations, actually.
If anything, it was the dragon new chapter.
Dragon bone apocalypse.
They're gonna have babies.
For the people in that town, it was pretty apocalyptic.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it was pretty apocalyptic for the people. I forgot about that.
They had to clean up all that fucking rainbow dragon jizz, dude. Fuck that.
You know, you live close to heaven, you're gonna go there one day.
That's right. That's beautiful.
Don't try to live in the Cloud City.
That's fucking beautiful, dude.
You know? And we're going to leave it on that. Great story, Josh.
Thank you.
Wait, what happened to that jizz that fell out?
I don't know. Just landed somewhere. I just wanted to be suspenseful, and I didn't really write it.
Maybe it made a rainbow lake.
Maybe like it like got into a cloud and like a rainbow like happened while they were fucking or something.
I like to imagine that it made a lake and some like elf was there and he's like, "Ooh, don't mind if I do go for a dip." And he was doing the backstroke and he was like, "Yada dee, yada da."
And he just like it's in his mouth. He's just spitting it out, you know. Dude, what a nasty elf, man.
What a nasty ass elf. All right, Josh, my story is called Tomb of Orguin.
Dude, hell yeah.
Yeah, look out. Here we go. Another night in Orkspire. Another badass story about to happen. The moon was full and the air was cold. A hooded silhouette of a figure atop a beast traveled across the hills. The evening was quiet, like it always is, just before some motherfuckers get cut.
Just like spit.
Spit take.
Oh, man.
The figure dropped its hood and peered into the distance. The light of the moon revealed its face. Lady Saberblood, the ranger,
Dude.
and her companion, Muscles Bear, the mighty bear friend.
He sounds adorable.
His name's Muscle Bear.
And strong.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to imply.
You did your job good.
All right, good. Lady had long black hair with piercing green eyes. She wore light leather under her black cloak and a green headband on her head, of course. She reached into her cloak and withdrew his sword. She looked it over, then pressed it up against her ribs and began to air guitar. Yeah, gonna have to write that bad boy down, she said.
All right. I'm sorry.
It's supposed to be funny.
I know. All right. I got it. I got it together now.
Okay. She reached into her satchel for a parchment when a voice spoke. What do you think you're doing? Shred until I die, she replied to the voice. It was her guardian, the ghost of the skull of Orcspire's greatest ranger, Jared Acorn.
He's got a pretty good ranger name.
Yeah, Jared Acorn. He was the best one, but now he's dead. You're supposed to be quiet, spoke the skull. You're on your way to the tomb after all. You know, the tomb of the great dragon Orguin, Lord of the Ogres, the one guarded by ogre necromancers, the ones that are trying to resummon that ancient evil. You know what I'm talking about here? Do I have to end more sentences in question marks to get my point across? Huh? I know where I'm going. You don't have to remind me. Okay, then, where are you going? I'm going to kick some motherfucking ass, said Saberblood, and she air guitared again.
Dude, I fucking love this chick, man.
She's cool.
Hell yeah.
This is serious. You must be careful. Remember, these are necromancers you'll be dealing with. You think I give a motherfuck, she said, and she whipped out two swords and swung them around really awesome-like for a few minutes, and in the wind from the blades you could hear a ripping solo, and everyone was super impressed. Muscles Bear clapped. Okay, yes, that was an awesome display of weapon spin art. But remember, these necromancers will not hesitate to turn you into one of their skeleton minions. You think I give a motherfuck? She repeated and started breakdancing.
Oh my god, dude. This is like my dream woman.
Dude, I know.
Damn.
Dude, that's what I try to write.
You just wrote my dream. Damn, man.
You're Josh's dream woman.
God. I love her.
After a few minutes of that, Acorn's ghost skull spoke again. Need I remind you the last time your people did not heed warning? Lady stopped. She knew exactly what he was talking about. You don't need to bring that up, she said resentfully. She climbed atop Muscles Bear. You remember the plan then? Said Acorn. Yeah, kill the ogres, unlock the door, drink the potion, yada yada. We out! She yelled, and they rode off. Yes, but do you remember what you're supposed to do after you drink the potion? Don't you? The javelins? But Lady was well out of range to hear. I should probably follow her, but I'm not that fast. Just being a ghost skull and all. I guess I'll just wait here for them by this tree. Sure could go for a sandwich right now. Man, that would really hit the spot. But again, I am just a ghost skull, so I can't eat sandwiches. Unless they're ghost sandwiches, but sadly that does not exist because every sandwich dies happy. I have a sad afterlife. And the ghost skull continued to talk like this until he fell asleep.
Dude, that's canon, man. All sandwiches die happy? Canon.
All sandwiches die happy in Orcspire.
Also, that's like... I picture like the shot if this were like a movie in my head, just this like skull sitting next to this tree and the camera's just like zooming in on it.
And then it like slowly drifts to the side of the tree to sleep. Lady and Bear approached the tomb. No one stood guard. There were whispering voices in the wind. Creepy as a dickless orc on a horny-ass summer's night, said Lady. She dismounted and walked toward the entrance. Bear let out a worried groan. She turned around. You can't go in there with me, she said. It's too dangerous for bears. Too many skeletons. You'll get all spooked. Nightmares for days. Can't be having that. Just sit tight and I'll be back in a few. Bear sat down as the ranger descended the steps into the tomb. Lady, a master of stealth, crept down the final step. She was in the tomb. It consisted of one large circular room with ORGUIN'S remains locked in a room in the center. The walls had shelves carved into them, decorated with candles on skulls, providing a dim light glow.
Beautiful.
6 ogres stood around the center room, in deep trance, summoning the dragon. They did this for hours on end, which was really boring. But the ogres thought it would pay off in the end, and if they weren't resummoning a dragon, they'd be making ends meet by resummoning people's dead pets and other tedious tasks. They all thought that this would be the best use of their time. Plus, there was a rumor going around about free dragon rides for the most loyal. It probably wasn't true, but it's fun to believe.
I like how, like, if they weren't doing this, they'd be doing, like, meaningless jobs.
Well, they're just ogre necromancers, so they're not that good at their job,
Yeah,
which explains why it's taking so long to
That's
resummon this
true.
dragon. Lady snuck up behind one of the necromancers, unsheathed the sword, and slit its throat. She did it again to the next ogre, and again and again. Merkin motherfuckers, she sang as she slit the last of the ogre's throats. She looked at her work. Okay, kill the ogres, check. Step 2, open this door and kill some more stuff. She reached for the doorknob, but it was locked. A trap triggered, sending a spell out to all of the ogre corpses. They began to reanimate. Oh crap, step 2 was unlock the door, she yelled. Not knowing what to do, Lady Saberblood drew 2 short swords and ran around the room, hacking at any ogre she could. This is most effective, I think! She yelled. And she slashed randomly at the ogres coming back to life. It was only slightly effective, as she managed to kill 2 of the ogres again before they returned. She hid in the darkness. The spell completed, 4 necromancers stood alive, with a bunch of fucking cuts all over their bodies. What the shit just happened, yelled one ogre. Man, last thing I remember was I was with this hot-ass troll chick and we were back at my place. We were making out and things started to get pretty hot, you know, so I started to take off my tunic and... That was clearly a dream, you idiot! Yelled another ogre. Quiet! Demanded another. He sniffed. I smell wood elf.
Oh, man.
And he summoned a full candle skeleton. That's...
New favorite character.
That's a walking skeleton with a candle on its head. Kind of complicated, I know, but that's necromancers.
Why doesn't he just carry the skull?
Because it's magic!
I don't know. You said these guys are bad at magic. I think they're really good at it.
Lady began to evade the skeleton, who seemed to be walking aimlessly, and she continued to assassinate the necromancers one by one. Again, this was pretty easy because they were all distracted by the candle skeleton, which, to be honest, is kind of fascinating to look at.
Dude, right?
Just as she was to kill the last ogre one more time, Saberblood tripped on an ogre's secret diary and caught herself just before she hit the floor. But it was all too loud. The ogre swung at her. Lady was knocked down with the back of his massive hand. Foolish wood elf, spoke the ogre. Now to turn you into one of my skeleton minions like you were probably warned about but didn't listen because you're young and careless. The ogre raised his hands and began to chant. Lady was stunned in fright. The ogre was about to cast his spell when Muscles Bear sprung up behind the ogre. He grabbed the necromancer by the ears and tore his skin in two, leaving a bloody skeleton pointing at the ranger.
Dude.
The skeleton fell apart, and it did sound exactly like a xylophone. Dude, exactly.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Muscles Bear, said Lady, and they high-fived. Now for the real step 2. Unlock the door. Now to find the key. Oh, here it is. It was hanging on a key rack next to the stairs.
God.
Lady Saberblood and Bear entered the room, which had been sealed for centuries. A stench of cursed death filled the air. Orguin's skeletal remains laid about. Okay, now for step 3. Drink the potion. She reached into her bag and pulled out a vial filled with a glowing blue liquid. She uncorked it and drank. The room began to swirl about, and suddenly the ranger was in between worlds. Before her sat the massive dragon's ghost!
Oh, dude.
Good God Almighty, that's a shit-ass dragon's ghost! She yelled. The dragon opened its eyes and looked at the ranger. It spoke in an ancient tongue, which was probably curse words, and it swiped at her. She dodged and evaded, countering with her sword every chance, but nothing was working. Suddenly, Lady remembered a conversation Jared Acorn's skull ghost had with her. And then this is like flashback. So yeah, I'm just trying to taste one more sandwich, you know? Just one. Boy, I loved sandwiches when I was alive. I'd kill to be alive again. Ha, that's kind of funny. By the way, throw those magical javelins at Dragon's ghost to kill him. Anyway, Turkey Club is probably my favorite, with mayo, of course.
Of course, dude.
The javelin! She yelled. She pulled one from her quiver and threw it at Orguin's ghost. It struck, and all sorts of crazy-ass lights shot out as the ghost's frame began to crack and shatter. The ghost blew up, and Lady Saberblood was returned to the mortal world.
Oh, man.
Come on, Muscles Bear, let's get the heck out of here, she spoke, and climbed on top of the bear and rode out of the tomb. They rode past the candle skeleton, who was still walking around aimlessly. It spoke. I have to do this forever! The end.
Dom, that was my favorite story so far on this
Really?
entire show. That was great. That was fucking great. Dude.
I appreciate that you appreciate it.
I love
Thank
Lady
you.
Saberblood. I love her.
Dude, she breakdances, she does cool sword moves.
She's a cool down ass chick, man. I'm in. Hello, this is Reeses the Wize.
And this is old Snickerdoodle here again to answer your questions about Orkspire and Daranos. This is a favor. We hope you appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. I have better things I could be doing, like not this.
Or making a potion.
Or making a potion.
We don't do many things here. We live simple lives.
I read books.
You started reading books?
I started to read books. It's very fulfilling, and I'm learning a lot of new words.
What new words are you learning? We're pretty old wise men.
Queef is one of them. I did not know what that meant before I started reading, smutty books.
You'll have to tell me about that one later. At JoeMama120 asks on Twitter, is there a dwarven city in Daranos? And if so, is there a female dwarf-like district?
I do not know, because I do not go underground where the filthy dwarfs live. I wouldn't go down there with your dick.
Neither would I. Next scroll.
David Danto asks, what is the worst wizard spell you ever cast? I would say, blood diarrhea mixed with, being a know-it-all spell. That is the worst. Cast it on my brother-in-law, and oh my god, I wanted to kill him.
I will tell you right now that I gave someone hangnails for a year with a spell.
Hangnails?
Yes.
Holy Jesus.
It was unfortunate. I do not care. They were turds.
You are
Next.
like crazy.
Yes, I am. Don't cross me.
Next scroll.
At LMBeck10 on Twitter asks, what are the schools of magic at Wizard Yale?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
Reeses,
Snickerdoodle.
I did not go to Wizard Yale. You did. Very prestigious.
Yes.
Answer the question.
The schools of magic are arcane, fire, celebrity impressions, mime, and clown spells.
You don't want to get caught up in those clown spells.
Clown spells it's like engineering school. It's very difficult to get into.
It's pretty much black magic for clowns.
So regular clowns.
Yes. Have you seen what you people call a mime? Clown
Unbelievable.
magic.
Unbelievable.
Next scroll.
Easy Mendez asks, there are plenty of metal wizards, but are there any hip-hop wizards?
There are two. I know one.
Is it
Reeses knows the other.
Who is your favorite?
You will now receive all the information on hip-hop wizards today. Reeses, tell them.
Snoop Doggy Werewolf. He's pretty good.
And MC Spellman.
MC Spellman. Oh my god, his shows are crazy.
You may die going to one of his shows.
Oh my god, Snickerdoodle, I know you love the wizard weed. We gotta go to one of these shows.
I have tickets. I did not tell you that I bought tickets. I'm sorry.
Why didn't I cannot believe you would
It's
not tell me.
supposed to be a surprise. I got you one too.
We're going!
Next scroll. At Wow That Seller on Twitter asks, besides broomsticks, what is the best means of travel?
What is your favorite Snickerdoodle? I have mine.
Well, I do this little thing where I go to the boat town, and I get on a boat, and I'll go wherever.
You're very nautical. That's very romantic.
Sometimes I go under the sea.
That's incredible.
I am a wizard. Do not ask me how. Or you can, and I'll answer it on this show. Next scroll.
Next scroll. Dominic Apodaca, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Who is the fairest of the land? /realm/world.
Well, we both know that would be Reeses.
Snickerdoodle.
Oh my. Do you think I'm beautiful?
Snickerdoodle, you are the most beautiful man I've ever met.
Well, you, my friend, have the most beautiful wizard cheeks I have ever seen.
You're like a young Santa Claus.
Your eyes pierce my skin.
Your old people breath makes the day worthwhile.
I want to take your hat off. Okay, this is getting too hot. Next scroll. At Akira Aruda asks, do you know Flyman at all?
Oh, everybody knows the King of Sadness. He's quite hilarious once you get to know him, because mostly he's just very sad, and my life is so much better compared to his. I mean, Jesus.
And we don't live great lives. We sit here answering your questions.
Yes,
so
we are.
I mean, just imagine how bad his life is.
We are very depressed, but I mean, good lord, compared to Flyman, we're like Donald Trump or whatever is a thing. Rich person.
If someone poops, he'll eat it.
Which is fucking crazy.
Who lives like that? Next scroll.
Flyman does.
Next scroll.
John Carla asks, if you could make any potion that would have any effect you want, what would it be, and who would you use it on?
Well, I think we both know we would both make a love potion and I'd use it on Reeses.
Oh, again.
Do you feel that way? You want me to love you, Reeses?
Snickerdoodle, I do love you.
We swore an oath to never love and to answer questions from curious folk from other world forever.
The oath be damned!
Damn you, oath!
Damn you, oath!
We want to love!
I need happiness!
Oh, that is all the information you will receive this week. Good day.
Until
Send your
next week.
scrolls. Send your scrolls ahead of time. Oh, I'm sad. All right, well, that was an interesting turn of events with those two.
Dude, I love those guys. I'm glad they're finally a part of the show, and I'm glad they're exploring their feelings, which I think is really good. We all need to do that.
I think this is important to everyone. You need to be true to yourself, and you need to be you. And I think those guys suffer a little bit.
Yeah. Well, they're cooped up in that wherever they are all day in that room, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I imagine it's like one room, two chairs at each other, a fire in the background, a table, just scrolls everywhere, and then there's a kitchen,
like a kitchenette with a mini fridge.
It's in the room. So next week it's going to be our Halloween episodes. It's the episode before Halloween. This is the first Halloween episode. As you know, I love doing holiday specials. I want to work a Thanksgiving special, hopefully somewhere.
Dude, we could do like a feast or something.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
Let's let the fans choose that.
Yeah.
But next week we got a prompt from Alex Volbach and Jeremy Davidson. The spooky prompt that we asked for will be liches. They both recommended it, so thank you to both of you. And I hope you guys are ready to get your pants scared off.
Yeah, dude. Liches, man. Whoo, boy.
They'll get ya.
Whew. Damn.
I like pants scared off. That's kind of weird. If you guys wanted to see what Snickerdoodle and Reeses look like, by the way, or an artist's interpretation, you can check out the Facebook and Twitter, because Ryan Jampol, artist at Archie Comics, he draws Mega Man comics. This guy is an awesome artist, and he drew amazing artwork of Snickerdoodle and Reeses, and
Dude,
it's awesome.
It's really good.
He also draws some pretty awesome art of you.
He did.
And some centaurs.
He drew me as the king of the centaur babes, and I look fucking awesome. I'm wearing like Air Jordans, I think, and a baby Cyclops skull belt buckle.
Dude, I didn't see that part.
Oh, dude. It's on my Facebook wall.
If you guys see this Reeses and Snickerdoodle, you will notice that Reese's pipe is a mermaid with four or six boobs. I can't remember. I think it's four boobs.
Yeah, but which is the right amount, just the right amount.
I'll put a link to Ryan's DeviantArt in the show description. So if you guys want to check out more artwork, which you should, because he's fucking awesome, check it out. Also, if you feel inspired to draw any of the characters, feel free. That's what this podcast is kind of trying to accomplish, is to inspire people to do their own thing. Mm-hmm. And I don't like to draw our characters too much, because I like to let that be up to the listeners what they look like and go ahead and inspire people to draw. So, and if you send us that in Facebook or Twitter or something, we'll post it to the Facebook, Twitter, and we'll share it all over and include links to DeviantArts and stuff. Yeah, because we are flattered that anyone would take the time to, one, listen to our podcast. Thank you for listening. And two, to spend some time creating a beautiful illustration of what you think these people look like. So thank everyone. Thank you for listening. Josh and I were featured as a comedy duo on iTunes, and it brought like a tear to my eye.
It was really cool.
Because I was like, wow, somebody thinks like that we're like a comedy duo. I feel like so flattered. Like that was so amazing, and it's all because you guys are listening, and it's great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I
literally don't know what else to say there, because I'm like it makes me so happy to see that. Yeah. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for everything. Reviewing, comments, you're great. So with that, Josh, I think you gotta say it.
Keep on wizarding.
Keep on wizarding. We'll see you next week. It's gonna be spooky.